We're back here in the studio of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, where we are bringing you all your favorite games 6 to 9 p.m. every day, live, without any hiccups, unless and until production decides to take a short break and not come back after that short break. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to mess with production today, man. Just like good friends. So we have Counter-Strike Global Offensive today, ladies and gentlemen. We have an interesting game lined up for you guys. The reason why I'm using the term interesting is because both the teams who are going to be having a showdown today are literally awesome. One of the teams has managed to beat one of the top tier teams of the country in the Masters League itself. The other player from the other team has been, rumor has it, has been shortlisted for the Optic India Counter-Strike Global Offensive team. And that's a biggie. That's a biggie. I'm talking about this game which is impending today between Intencity Pune5 and Malhar. So Mamba Senior joins me here today as the co-host and analyst. So Mamba, before I even throw it down to you, let's get done with the formalities. And after the formalities, we'll come back to you and get to hear what you have to say. Let's start off with the team introductions first. Let's start off with Intencity Pune5. All right, that's Team Intencity Pune5 for you, ladies and gentlemen. Literally, they're from Pune. I mean, I can't. The team name says Intencity Pune5. I mean, Mama, you want to add on to that?
Well, again, you know, it has a promising line of talent in terms of players, and my only problem is if you can defeat a team like Entity Gaming, if you can show them the doors, why are you playing so bad against the other teams? Why cannot you get that consistency? And I did shed some light on it. The reason, no, it comes down to decision making, comes down to individual plays and individual decision making, because I think when you're in the Masters League, right, the basics as a team are already down there, so that is not an issue. Like if you're talking about trade fragging, fine, you know, certain teams are better at it, like 2 Easy, certain teams are not so good at it, but they are already down there. But it comes down to those individual plays, individual decisions as players in the team. I think that is something that is not on point for these guys, and that is the reason why they've not been able to come up with that sort of consistency. Because in Counter-Strike, your aim is going to be inconsistent. You know, you have to take that fact with a pinch of salt. Some days you can have like incredible aim. Some days you're going to feel like you can't hit anything. I just said heat, but never mind. You can't hit anything. But it again comes down to decisions. So if you're consistent in your decisions, you'll always find yourself in an advantageous position while you're taking the fight. So I think that is something that these guys need to sort out.
All right. I hope they've sorted out whatever issues they have, including consistency and decision-making skills, because the team they're going to face is definitely figured that out for themselves. I'm talking about Team Malhar. All right, that's Team Anti-Dotenberg and gang there. One of the best stoppers the country has managed to produce, Mamba.
Oh, that's true, and I like the fact that how the focus has shifted to Antidote now from PokerF. PokerF, by the way, I think out of all the 10 players on the server, is the guy who has played Counter-Strike for the most amount of time, and you know he was the guy. I remember Asia Esports Cup back in 2012. He was playing for NSD. He actually went out to represent India. So the focus shifting from him, I think that's something that's really interesting. But overall, I think this team is a much more balanced team. But again, on the leaderboard, they're actually sitting right below Intencity Pune5.
All right, so let's quickly take a look at the map pick video and see what's in store. I'm pretty sure it's Inferno. I should just put money on it next time onwards. Well, just to let the reviewers know, Malhar's banned Overpass, Nuke, Dust 2, whereas Train, Mirage, Cash got banned by Intencity, left us with Inferno. Pretty strat-heavy game, pretty strat-based map there. I wonder how it's going to turn out. Moms.
It's going to be very close. It's going to be very, very close, unless they make very stupid mistakes.
Okay then, so let's head off into the game and see what's in store for us.
Yeah. Thank you, Mamba and Vagish. It is time for Intensity Pune 5 versus Malhar. It's going to be played on Inferno again, and I'm going to be your caster for the day. My name is Adi, and joining me today is a man whose favorite words are what, how, and alright. That man's name is Fet.
Actually, it's alrighty then. And the reason I say what and how so often is because Indian CS is rather perplexing. Would you not say so?
I would say so. And Malhar, in fact, has won the CD, well, won the knife, and has started on the CD side. And we see Intensity Pune 5 going really, really fast into the mid to left position. Antidote is going to be the first point of contact, but it's Blackhawk who gets the kill from the arch position, and Antidote does finally chime in. But Proud, backstabbed by Caramel, almost whiffed it there, but he still manages to get the frag. It is a 3v3 now, and the bomb is down.
And the thing is, there's not a single kit. Oh, nice shot. Nice couple of shots. Now it's Shabby in a 1v3. Doesn't have a kit, so needs to hurry it up. Will he be able to do it? It's looking highly unlikely. Both the players have decent crossfire set up towards the A bomb site. Caramel climbs on top of double box and gets a little bit of damage in. But Shabby, he's not going to go down without a fight. But Mavis snuffs the breath of life out of Shabby. And with that, Intensity Pune 5 pick up the pistol round. But now, it is the true test of any team in the Indian CSGO scene. That is the anti-force. Can Intensity Pune 5 hold down the fort and see off the inevitable force buy that's going to come out from Malhar?
Yep, and it does. That's weird. Antidote brought up the scout and dropped it over to Proud. Interesting. When a primary offer drops over, well, what is the lesser sniper? Let's
Chinese
say.
op.
Chinese op, sure. Everything's made in China, Fed, by the way. Even the mics you're talking on right now.
So mine says made in Germany, okay?
I'll have to check where mine's made then, because it's the same brand. But anyway, Intensity Pune 5 looks like they want to go for middle again, where they're gonna encounter a very default setup. RSN tickling Antidote down to 65 points of health. He doesn't have any armor to work with, and Blackhawk again peeking out, but Proud.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, like I said, that anti-force, they failed that litmus test, didn't they? Intensity Pune 5. They were unable to withstand the might and sheer destructive power that was wielded by Proud and his scout. What a glorious round for Malhar to win. They dropped the pistol round, but immediately bounced back to win their force buy. And Intensity Pune 5 are now staring down, well, the barrel of a gun. Should they force, should they eco? Looks like they've gone for the latter. They have just upgraded pistols and nothing else. But don't count Caramel out with that deagle. This man's deagle can sing the songs of death and destruction from far and wide. He's definitely avoiding all the nades. There's a 3-man stack towards the B bomb site early round, and Caramel, he's going to get completely blinded, dabbing away to glory, and Pokeref is just going to put a couple of bullets in his skull.
Well, at least we got the answer there.
Yeah.
Why Proud got the scout instead of Antidote. And yeah, the first frag, that was actually pretty beautiful. But it is a full eco coming in, well, an almost full eco. I have no idea where Never Give Up has spent almost all of his money on that eagle and armor. And yeah, it's a bit of a stalemate. But at the banana position, Mavis, on the back of a pop flash, he's gonna get 2 frags with a Glock. What?
Madness.
How? All right. Sorry, I just can't say it as well as you can you? But Antidote through the smoke. Gonna rattle off a few shots, and he will do a little bit of damage to Mavis, but nothing of consequence yet. And does Malhar now? Wow, RSN expecting the boost. Blackhawk. Antidote though will get Mavis, and it is a 2v3 now. And it does look like Malhar is gonna throw this round. But instead, Antidote still has something to say about it. RSN will get the first frag. But RSN will get taken down, rather, by Antidote. And it is 2v2 now. And I like this by Intensity Pune 5. They're not peeking at all. And when Never Give Up does peek, he lays a 1D into Proud's face. Antidote now, he will take Reaper down. But Never Give Up is there for the instant trade. And it is Malhar throwing an anti-eco. Your litmus tests are failing.
Well, the teams are failing. My litmus tests are passing with flying colors. I've always held opinion that Indian teams really struggle against the anti-force and the anti-ecos, and clearly they haven't done their homework. I didn't think they were expecting those couple of flashbangs that Never Give Up had, and one pop flash and the entire banana defense just came crumbling down like a house of cards in a hurricane. And you don't really expect that from a team of Malhar's caliber, especially a team that... Woo! Alright, Proud. Alright, that happened. That happened. Proud with that glorious Hwandi from across the map. And now it's a 4v5 in favor of Malhar. And Intencity Pune5, although they have the weapons advantage, they have everything going for them, they have all the utility, they need to regroup and reevaluate their strategy going into this round.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Intencity Pune5 is going to lose this round. Well, of course, it's a part and parcel of Inferno, by the way. You really want the economy control right in the start of the game. And we're going to see teams constantly force buying until one finally fails it. Never give up. Did he spot the shadow of Proud there? Proud really wants that 1 dig. Well, another 1 dig. But they're going to smoke him off for now. And it does look like they're rotating back to the B bomb site to execute upon it. Never give up. Just trying to fake. He's keeping actually 3 players locked into the A bomb site, but now they know because he fell back. Antidote is going to call that in, and he's going to instantly fall back over to the B bomb site as well. Where is he going to make it back in time, though? The execution has come in. Shabby, the smoke has missed at the coffin's position, but Shabby will get taken down at Nubox. Antidote as well is taken down through the smoke, in fact. And nope, doesn't happen. That smoke. They're trying to boost when the smoke is disappearing. You're not going to like that. And it does look like Intencity Pune5 should pick up this round because they have the weapons advantage, and it is a 3v3 retake on the B bomb side.
Yeah, but never count this man out, Proud. Okay, well, he's dead. And RSN is a 3v2 now. No armor, nothing. Well, actually, no weapons. And Blackhawk, the lone survivor, 20 HP on him. He's not going to make it out of here alive. 12 bullets and a dream with the CZ. He's trapped, he's cornered, and the players are on the hunt. Blackhawk playing a rather offish angle, but that doesn't matter because Reaper, true to his name, is just going to channel his inner Grim Reaper and end Blackhawk's miserable existence in that round. At least with that, Intencity Pune5 make it on to his 3 rounds. Malhar's economy is absolutely dumpstered. And well, now they need to do that hard eco, the ever so dreaded hard eco. Antidote, he's going to buy up the armor, and a Deagle, he does have some cash to spare. I think he's saving for the AWP in the next round. Let's see if that Deagle can actually do some economic damage onto Intencity Pune5, wherein we have Caramel with Daddy's little trust fund gun, the MAC-10.
Yep, he's definitely going to try to get a lot of frags in this round. And like I mentioned earlier, when a team strings 2 rounds together, that's when the losing team has to bite the bullet and then go for the full eco. And there you go, Caramel. Doesn't peek out yet because he missed his flashbang. What are these smokes?
They're pretty bad, Adi. They're pretty bad. There's gaps everywhere. Left, right, and center. Proud trying to play the anti-flash, trying to catch someone off guard. But it does look like Intencity Pune5 are regrouping towards the B bomb site, where it's just Shabby with the USP. He spots one player out, and he's going to try and hightail it out of there and wait for some reinforcements to come. Proud, in the meantime, falls to Reaper, and the B hit is on in full earnest. Shabby with just the Puchuk USP, not really going to stand in front of the might of the AK-47 Poker F. Trying to do something cheeky in the smoke. Unfortunately, he's not going to get much done. Antidote in the meantime. I think he should just save that armor instead of go for the retake.
Yep, the USPs against armored opponents are just pea shooters. They literally do no damage at all.
And better than the Glocks.
I mean, sure, but that is a gun that does the damage. A Deagle ripping Caramel's face clean off his head. And unfortunately for Antidote, all he's going to recover from that is a MAC-10, which he's probably going to drop the next round because it does look like he saved a lot of money to go in for that AWP buy. Mavis never give up though. Do clean house. Blackhawk does fall, so does Proud. Or was that Poker F? Whoever it was. Antidote does seem like he's going to stay alive, and now Malhar can actually buy into this round. It's not going to be the prettiest of buys. They're going to lack head armor on almost every single player. And yeah, the utility is going to be pretty sparse as well.
Yeah, and Shabby takes one for the team. He's continuing with the Mac 10 that was saved from the previous round, and is the only player with a kit and utility, at least a full stack of nades. So Shabby, he has to stay alive. He has to be the, well, the mule or the courier for this round, making sure that his utility is well spent. Antidote, in the meantime, with the AWP, needs to be the difference maker. He needs to open things up. But as I say that, Proud just ends never give up, like peaks and dead. In the meantime, Shabby is playing with fire, very advanced position, needs to fall back.
I do like that Malhar is actually aggressive though.
Yeah, Malhar is one of those teams that doesn't sit back on their laurels on Inferno. They actually know how to play the CD side. They have an idea about how beneficial controlled aggression on this map can be at the proper timings. And this round, though, they will be a little more passive considering the fact that they're very low on utility. So they may just want to allow the T's to come into the choke points and then let their aim do the talking. Oh, Shabby. A very dangerous game being played by him. Chancing a peek, does get some information, and he's going to fall back. In the meantime, Intencity Pune5 looks like they're going to be hitting the A-bomb site. Antidote getting smoked off. He will fall back to the bomb site. And yeah, it's a pretty default setup coming out from Intencity. This is their standard A take. Remains to be seen whether they're able to do anything with it. Proud playing a rather cheeky angle towards the barrels. Going to be safe for the time being.
He is indeed. He is completely blind right now, but the flashes are going to disappear by the time the players come in, and they've completely disregarded his existence. But it doesn't matter because Blackhawk is in there with the double frag to shut out that round before Proud was even unblinded. And Malhar, that was a pretty great hold because they kept all their 5 players alive, and that means that their economy can get rolling now. And I'm actually honestly thinking that even if Malhar picks up even 5 or 6 rounds on the CD side, it's going to be more than enough because Intencity Pune 5 CD side is absolutely horrendous.
I mean, they're very passive. That's the only indictment I have of their CD side, is that it's way too passive for my liking. They rarely ever venture out for information. There's always like 3-2 default, 3 towards the A, 2 towards the B. Sometimes they'll switch it up with 3-2 the other way around, but it's always a 3-2 split. It's very predictable. That's my only problem with that CT side that Intencity Pune5 has. But they're insisting on playing Inferno, so I guess they've made some changes. Let's see. Let's wait until their CT side. There's still a lot of Counter-Strike left to be played in this game. And, well, Blackhawk, he's going to venture forth, try and get some information.
Yep, and another slow round coming in by Intencity Pune5. This time, Malhar, they do have banana control again, by the way, and that means that Intencity Pune5 are forced over to the A-bomb side. But Malhar, with all that map control, they still have only 3 players over at the A-bomb side. The reason that you take banana control is to have one more player, to cheat a player over to the other bomb side. But Antidote, through the smoke, and then Proud again on Caramel as well. Proud's probably going to spray down. Oh. RSN somehow just survives, never give up. He's going to peek out and get Blackhawk. And the man advantage still rests in Malhar's favor at this point. Pokeref, he's a little too aggressive. You have the man advantage. You don't need to do this. He's going to be pushed back by everything. And RSN walks into his teammate's Molotov, but Pokeref spares him the blushes and takes him down instead. And now, Never Give Up and Reaper below on the same points of health, by the way, 42 each. They don't even have full HP amongst the 2 of them. They're going to be forced over to the B.
Yep. Why are they going for this? They should just hold on to these rifles. There's like no time. They played themselves there. Intencity Pune5 overthinking themselves. And Shabby, he's going to just come waltzing around the corner. Only had a Mac 10, so nothing really of note to drop. He can afford it. He can buy up into this round. But Intencity Pune5, their economy is pretty shambolic right now. Should they go for the force? Should they go for the eco? All comes down to some decision making. Reaper won't be able to buy into the next round, while Never Give Up and everybody else will be. So it makes sense to actually, go for the eco and allow the AKs to maybe open up a bomb site, maybe a fast play with just pistols and a couple of pop flashes. There's a lot that Intencity Pune5 can do, but the thing is, a fast play may not be the best course of action considering that Malhar is completely armed to the teeth with utility.
Yep, but if I was them, I would go for the force buy because it's just kind of weird. Only Pokeref and Antidote can buy into the next round if Malhar loses this, and that's because they lost 2 players on the previous round, and that's how harsh the economy is to the CD side. Even though they had a flawless round before that, it doesn't matter at all. So I like the force buy coming in fact, and they have 4 AKs somehow. They've managed to scrunch together 4 AKs and a decent bit of utility onto Mavis as well, even though he has to be relegated down to the Mac 10. But I think they really need to get some map control into this, but instead they're again just going into mid, and Antidote, he's gonna get the first frag, he's gonna get the second, and there's the reason why Optic wants to pick him up as their primary opper.
I mean, this man's real. At the tryouts, he was a beast. He was just picking players off left, right, and center. Not whether it be the rifle, the deagle, or the AWP, his primary weapon of choice. But Antidote. So since last year, I think this is one opper who has improved his game the most, and it's showing that the confidence that this guy is exuding right now is just awe-inspiring. And PokerF, he needs to be careful. He does run the risk of getting overrun, but he's so far advanced that the rotation will comfortably be able to come in. PokerF needs to be careful. Ah, there we go. And PokerF just wrecks house left, right, and center.
What? That's all I'm gonna say. 3 players there, and none of them were looking at banana. And even when PokerF got the first frag, that's just weird as hell. But Intencity Pune5 now have to go for the eco because they've spent everything they had. But yeah, if they go for the hard eco this round, they're going to have a lot of money to work with in the next round. And they could probably try to even things up, assuming, of course, Malhar wins this round. And
That's
Tech 9 on Mavis. Yeah, exactly. You don't see that much, do you, anymore? Antidote playing with fire, but he's gonna get the first frag, but he's gonna get instantly traded. Why would you go close up when you know that the opposition is gonna be eco? That's a bad decision coming right in by
Just
Antidote.
as I was singing praises of Antidote, he goes and does that. I mean,
Yep.
Anyway, Mavis, he's got the light side onto library. They know that the op has been relinquished. And Proud, still good for 1 frag, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. And in this situation, that is not ideal at all. PokerF, he's gonna go pushing the smoke. In the meantime, Shabby, he's gandering in towards mid. Well, the T's are pretty much boxed in unless they, traverse all the way back from alt mid. But it looks like they're going to go for the A bomb side. PokerF and Blackhawk. What is Blackhawk? Where is Blackhawk looking? What? Like, Blackhawk had the loudest brain fart known to mankind right there.
No. It was Arch was open.
Yeah, but
That's
his
what he
teammates-
just trusted. Yeah, he trusted his teammate to cover him, but that obviously wasn't the case. And now, from a full eco, Intencity Pune5 have 2 players, a 2v1 situation rather, with Caramel on the op. If there's anyone you want on the op, well, other than Antidote, of course, it is Caramel, because he's been pretty good with it. And there you go, he's going to pick up Shabby. And Intencity Pune5 proved me wrong by picking up a full eco against Malhar. And Malhar can buy into this round, but that does mean that all their bank is going to disappear.
Yeah, and I think Antidote was the primary culprit that round. He set off, a domino effect, which forced Malhar's hand to go for those aggro peaks to try and, stymie the flow of any fast play. Antidote really didn't need to go for that second peak. He got the first kill, could have just backed off, taken a more passive angle, and just, knocked them down as they peaked 1 by 1. Because that's what Intencity Pune5 have been doing so far. They've just been peaking 1 by 1, not really playing as a unit, and their trade game hasn't been on point either. Bit of a misplay, and that's all it takes. 1 misplay, and the round is more or less gone. And Antidote playing a very cheeky angle. It's a very common angle, but it's a very cheeky angle. Do not try this at home, kids, unless you are an opper of the supremest caliber.
Yep. It is the mid smoke that enables you to take this sort of angle, by the way. And his teammate has re-smoked it for him, but it does look like Antidote does want to fall off it now. And this time, by the way, Intencity Pune5 have gone for the apps control, and they have some control. They're not going straight up middle. Mavis spots out Proud, he'll take him down as well. And that is the man advantage for Intencity Pune5, after what seems like a very, very long time. Well, other than the eco round last. Never mind. But yeah, Antidote now holding the angle towards apps. Mavis, if he peeks out, he's gonna die, and that is the case. Antidote will pick up that frag. And he's going to pick up a quick scope on to never give up as well. But finally, Caramel is going to trade him out. And it is a 3v3 situation, which still favors the terrorists. But Blackhawk He's being really cheeky behind the smoke, but RSN's going to take down Poker but Blackhawk is there for the trade. He needs to get one more frag. If he played the bait angle, ooh, Caramel does tag him down, but unfortunately he couldn't finish him off. The bomb plant
They know
has to come in now.
exactly where they are. This is going to be very dicey. Shabby, he does get the kill, but Caramel now all alone with the AWP, and it's not going to matter because Blackhawk is just going to end his existence. Double Op's getting retrieved. That's interesting. A double op on Inferno, a very viable setup. And Malhar will be picking up this round. They really did need to. And that's not going to bode very well for Intencity Pune5 because even though they won a full eco, 3 players don't really have the economy to buy into this round. So this is going to be a very interesting buy and a very interesting decision coming out from Intencity Pune5.
Yep. Again, though, I would go for the buy, considering how much damage they've already dished out in the earlier rounds.
Yeah, it does make sense to actually force into this round, like go for a full, go for broke, literally, buy down. But looks like they're not going to go for it. And Shabby and Antidote both with the AWPs. They're both very potent oppers, very capable oppers. And there we go, Antidote just opening things up yet again. This man has been the proverbial can opener in terms of getting the man advantage for Malhar. He's always taking the aggro peaks, always taking the fights, and always coming out on top of them, except for that one round. And, well, scores are tied, money is tight for both teams, so the game can swing in either direction. Comes down to who hits the better shots, but never give up. He's going to come peeking around the corner. Does win that duel at least, like, does manage to tag down Shabby without taking a point of damage. But it's going to be very difficult for Intencity Pune5 to actually make headway. There's a lot of firepower that's, you know, waiting for them on the B bomb site. 1 M4 and AWP. And Shabby, he needs to be careful. He's going to get tagged down to 5 HP. But it doesn't matter. PokerF is good for 1 kill. But Shabby, he has to stay alive. Gets the bomb carrier that's never give up. Now it's all down to Reaper, my man, the one-man army. Can he be the Grim Reaper? It's highly unlikely. He has to ace clutch this. But Shabby's so very low. Doesn't need to peek. Should just be as passive as humanly possible. Antidote, in the meantime, with the AWP, has moved his way towards Coffins and Reaper. He's gotten spotted out, and Antidote is going to use Proud's distraction and end Reaper once and for all. 6 rounds to Malhar, 5 for Intencity Pune5, and, well, now the buy finally does come out.
Yep, and I'm actually a little surprised that Intencity Pune5 didn't go for the buy in the previous round. And again, Malhar, they're going to start building bank. And if they do pick up this round, that bank's going to be pretty serious, assuming they get it cleanly. But, of course, they have to contend with RSN on the up. Wait, what?
He is the secondary opper and usually passes, like Caramel passes it on to him in case he's not feeling it. But RSN, he's not as dynamic an opper as Caramel from what I've seen. And Antidote, oh, that's a rare miss coming out from Optic dot Antidote.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's not going to be an Optic until at least end of June, where he still has to represent Malhar in the LAN finale of the ESL India Premiership, provided Malhar get there. They get to the top 4 and qualify. But Shabby did pick up the first frag of this round. It has been a while since I've seen Shabby on the op as well, by the way. And it was an aggressive peek at Banana that gave him that first frag. And you could see that Intencity Pune5 and especially Reaper didn't expect it. There was no Molotov at the car. There was no Molotov. There was nothing. No flashbangs or nothing. He was just running out with the nade in his hand. It was just a bit of an oversight coming in anyway. And now, the flashbang is perfect, but unfortunately RSN didn't peek out completely. Never give up. And Blackhawk have had a little bit of a fight towards the middle, and they've taken each other really, really low, but both of them are still alive and kicking, but by the skin of their teeth.
And these flashes are what are these smokes, man?
And I have no idea why Antidote used 2 flashes there as well, considering you said flashes. But again, Intencity Pune5, Antidote missing another shot. Intencity Pune5 being forced into the middle position because they have no map control. Never give up, being taken down by Proud from the apartments. And Proud's going to get a second onto Mavis as well. That's the bomb down. And Caramel, he's finally going to get the trade in, but PokerF is in for the trade. And Antidote, in fact, does finally hit a shot in this round onto RSN. And again, that's almost a clean round. 4 players alive for Malhar. And it was a very, very decent hold after, again, what is them not affording Intencity Pune5 any sort of map control.
And it was a bit perplexing, right? That Reaper push into Banana, considering the fact that Malhar have gone for that aggro Banana control almost every round that they've had weapons and utility. It was really curious that Reaper should push in YOLO without any pop flashes, without any support, any Molotovs, nothing. Just going in completely dry. I don't know what they were expecting. Also, knowing full well that the double ops are still in play and that usually you see one op go towards B and one towards A. It was a huge mistake in my opinion. And then secondly, allowing Proud to get 2 kills by not peeking together and playing for the trades. These are just fundamental mistakes that cost teams round, especially when you have a man down. You cannot afford to lose that numbers game. And even more so when you're the one who's playing catch up.
If I was Intensity Pune5 though, this round I would have gone in for a bit more of a buy, so to speak, at least some armor and pistols, because they are on max loss. Well, no, they'll be at $2,900 if they lose this. But it does look like they want to just come up fast middle. Antidote's going to get the first frag. Does he get a second? No, he doesn't. He's going to get overwhelmed, but he still manages to get one more with the pistol before getting taken down by Antidote, by Never Give Up. And now Mavis picks up Blackhawk as well. It's down to a 3v3 again. That fast push by pistols has taken down Malhar by surprise, and RSN picks up Proud as well, but Poker F will catch Mavis off guard as well as RSN jumping up into the balcony, and that leaves Never Give Up all alone with a friend in the world, and Poker F is going to get his 3rd for the round, and he's going to save Malhar from well, another anti-eco or an eco loss.
And the double ops will still remain in play, I guess, because Shabby should be picking up that op once he sticks the defuse. And wow, like I said, dude, Malhar is actually a pretty good team on Inferno. And the fact that Intensity Pune5 haven't really done their opposition research that well, it's a bit worrying because I get it, Intensity Pune5, your best map is Inferno, but clearly there are other teams in the subcontinent itself who play this map better than you. So maybe look at something else, a Cache, a Mirage, something a bit more forgiving in terms of, not being as heavily dependent on strats and or map control. Actually, there's no such map that exists. They did, Cobblestone, but thank God that's out of the map pool.
Yep. Intensity Pune5, I think before they look at opposition research, they need to fix a lot of their own problems, like missing smokes, for example. And also a bit of trade fragging because Shabby does get the dink, does get the ball bang onto Reaper. He goes down to 2 points of health, but he still stays alive, and the man advantage isn't lost for Intensity Pune5. And again, they have no banana control, but at least they have apps control now. But it has, even though they've had apps control, it hasn't really worked out for them in the past. Does it work out for them this round? Antidote. He's gonna dink down Reaper as well to 2 points of health. What's happened to these ops? They're all doing just 98 points of health. They're not the one shot, one kill weapon anymore.
No, I think they're just clipping them through the corner of the walls every time. And well, Shabby, he's in a good position, but he's burning alive. He needs to make haste and fall back. That's gonna leave Poker F in a very precarious position. And he's still good for 1 kill, but Shabby, he needs to hightail it out of there. He needs to back up as fast as possible and maybe try and get a kill or 2. And he will land the kill on a Mavis. How is he alive? How is Shabby doing this? He's channeling his inner Stewie 2K, but now it's down to Caramel, the man, the myth, the legend himself. He's going to climb up on top of first Oranges, or he's not. But he's just wasting his time. Does get what? What the heck? Proud? Wow.
Proud started the spray on the Caramel, and unfortunately, the bullet transferred into Shabby's skull.
That was a beautiful shot, though. Say what you will. That was a good shot to land.
Definitely was. But Malhar now 9-6 in the lead. They're looking really, really dominant. And it goes to show, right, that Brutality against Malhar, they had to dig deep. And they had to come back from what was a 13-8 deficit, maybe a 13-10 deficit, to win out that game. And Malhar is showing that they have a really strong T side as well. And Intensity Pune5, after getting spanked by Brutality, they probably shouldn't have picked up this map. But Antidote, he's going to get the first frag onto RSN in the position, trying to be cheeky, giving him only the headshot angle. But Antidote is way better than that, RSN. He's way better than that.
There's a reason he's optic.antidote.
He's not optic.antidote yet.
Fine. It's just still not a played out joke. Let me crack it, man.
Not a joke even.
Fine, fine. Still not a played out statement. Anyway, Antidote is going to molly off Boiler. That's going to force Mavis to back off. And that's going to relay a lot of information to Blackhawk as well, who would have heard that. Now, it's going to come down to Shabby. He was the great wall at the B bomb site last time around. Question is, will he be able to hold strong yet again? And Antidote has come back in, well, support with his op as well. And we both know how devastating both these players have been. Antidote, he's burning, and he's missing shots left, right, and center. Actually, he's not taking the shots, actually. But what? All right. Cool.
He misses an easy shot through the... an easy shot, but then he lands one through the smoke. And then PokerF chimes in as well with 2 frags of his own. And that closes out that half, 10-5 in the favor of Malhar. It's been pretty dominant. Ever since the economy got it, got rolling for Malhar, they've barely lost a round. In fact, just one. And that was round number 9.
And that was a bit of a misplay from Antidote, actually. That the one round they lost, and that was just to pistols. But so far, I mean, so good for Malhar. Now, it comes down to their T side. Can they do it? Can they see it off? Because Intencity Pune5 CD side is nothing to write home about, and it looks like it's going to be a YOLO play towards the B bomb side. RSN going to be the first to spot, and RSN is going to get taken down. It's a 2-for-1 trade, and never give up. Has to give up. Fall back because, it's in his best interest. PokerF getting completely blinded. Support is coming in the form of Caramel, and what a juicy, scrumptious headshot he lands onto Proud. They don't really need to commit to this. They can actually rotate. An unnecessary death there coming in from PokerF. I really don't think they needed to commit to that B play. They could have actually rotated to A for a more favorable, trade scenario.
A 3v3 always favors the terrorists, but unfortunately it's down to a 2v3 for Malhar now. And the C4 is going alone. It looks like Blackhawk is timed out, actually. That's why. And Mavis camping in the bomb site. He's going to pick up Antidote as well. And Blackhawk does seem to have returned into the server. And what can he do now in a 1v3 situation? The odds are against him. The C4 has been dropped, and it doesn't look... I mean, the time is also not really in his favor. He has just 38 seconds to work with. And Caramel is going to shoot his head clean off his shoulders. And yeah, secure the round for Intencity Pune5. There's 3 frags for the man, showing that he really likes those one-taps and the one-shot weapons, doesn't he?
Yeah. Caramel, he's always been one of the players to look out for on Intencity Pune5. He was the one that actually single-handedly was instrumental in Intencity Pune5 registering those wins against Entity twice. First in the Gods of Gaming tournament, and then in the ESL India Premiership, the Masters Division. And also many other games. Like when this man goes off, Intencity Pune5 look like world beaters. But when he's having a quiet game like today, well, it's not, the best of outcomes. Anyway, Caramel, he's got the M4. He's got the position, he's got the range, and PokerF, he's got the kill. Cool.
Opening up the frags there with the Deagle at Banana, and now Caramel, he's going to shoot Antidote in the side of the face, restoring that man advantage now with that kill on Proud. And C4 now is actually in no man's land, while Shabby is trying to get the frag from the apartment's position. That's not going to happen. Caramel with another one onto PokerF as well. Blackhawk, in fact, sneaked into the CD spawn. He has just one player to contend with now, but he does get that player as well. If he hightails it to the B bomb site now, at least he can get the plant in, because all 3 Intencity Pune5 players are on the A bomb site, and it does look like he knows that. He's gone in for the bomb plant. He's gonna get that, and it's just on Intencity Pune5 now to recover this round with the least amount of casualties.
It looks like Mavis is gonna go down. He's very, very low unless he can get some support from his teammates. There we go. Mavis goes down. Blackhawk, extra $600 in the bag with the MP7. RSN's gonna come charging, and why are they peeking one by one? What madness is this? And Caramel has to bail his team out yet again from a very sticky situation. And that's the ace for the man, the myth, the legend. 5K for him. Indeed. Picking up the entire team on his shoulders and walking them across the finish line.
There you go. Now you know why they're picking one by one. They wanted to give Caramel the ace and the clutch. They're just padding his stats, Fat. They're just padding his stats.
Yes, that match IR, that juicy, delicious match IR.
But Malhar now, they have to go in for the eco because Intencity Pune5 have won the anti-force by on the back of heroics by Caramel. And that's the thing by Intencity Pune5, right? If their players show up on the CD side especially, then they could probably win 5 or 6 or even 10 rounds because they play so passively and they rely basically on that's a good shot by Caramel coming in again. He's doing the work now for his team. He's starting to feel it. And yeah, like I was saying, Intencity Pune5, they really depend on to that.
My God, that was a firing squad on the beep in Banana. They got just completely obliterated. Now Caramel, yet again, looks like he's going to do all the work. And he's going to get proud. He's already made his way up towards construction. In a pretty advanced position. And he shoots Blackhawk in the back of the head, and then RSN returns the favor. But Poker F, he's still alive, he's still kicking. But he's going to get flushed out of his little hidey hole by that Molotov, and RSN is going to put a bullet right between his eyes. Mavis picks up the AWP, and that's the 8th round on the board for Intencity Pune5.
Wow. I get it, Antidote. You're leaving. You're going to leave Malhar to go to Optic, but come on. You're still playing for this team. You don't have to help the opposition.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. I think Blackhawk may have just strayed into Antidote's, crosshairs. These things things like this happen all the time. But, well, credit where credit is due. Intencity Pune5, they've dug deep, they've found their balls, and they are here to play. But now it's the real test. It's the gun round for Malhar.
They did go aggressive in the anti-eco, basically. But now it remains to be seen if they're going to do that. And it doesn't look like they are.
Not at all. Not at all.
They're not going to do it in the pistol round. But yeah, like I was saying, so this sort of setup by Intencity Pune5, right? It really relies on your players showing up and getting multi-frags at their positions, because you're going to be overwhelmed by terrorists anywhere you are on the map because you have no map control, you have no information, you have nothing. And that's why I think that this is the wrong way to play Inferno. But anyway, Intencity Pune5, they're still going to play that way. It doesn't look like they've learned their lesson by that beatdown that Brutality delivered to them, or indeed by what Malhar was doing in the first half of this game. And
I like what Malhar are doing. They're just throwing a lot of utility, just trying to fake out Intencity Pune5, keep their, keep the opposition on their toes and constantly guessing. But Caramel with the AWP, again, he can be the linchpin. If he gets the opening pick, that's going to be a pretty solid tell as to what Malhar may be up to. But, well, Intencity Pune5 seem to be sold on this B fake, and it is going to be an A hit. And Caramel, the one man, the danger player, he's been taken off, peeled off the A bomb side, but Proud is the first to fall. Shabby gets Davis, and RSN just sprays down 2 players. Poker F in the meantime is able to get the trade, but it is a 3v2, and Blackhawk is still a fair ways away, and all 3 players seem to be rotating in from the arch position. It's going to be an interesting after-plant situation, and Caramel, shoulder getting sparked, but what a shot from him. Headshot angle, no problem. That's all he needs. And Caramel, he's spotted out Blackhawk, and what a fast shot this guy is, Adi. This man defies logic.
Yep, he definitely does. And again, even though Intencity Pune5 had the wrong read that round, heroics by RSN at the A-bomb site, getting a double frag when he should have got instantly traded, as well as Caramel during the retake, is what bails Intencity Pune5 out of that hole. And Malhar, because they got the bomb plant and they have lost 4 rounds in a row, they can still buy, and there's a decent amount of utility as well onto them. Antidote doesn't have head armor though. Against 3 M4s, that's a bit of a questionable pickup. I know he was going in for the smoke, but unfortunately for him, you're on the T side, my friend. That, foregoing the head armor only applies to the CD side.
Yeah, I mean, I would have rather he picked up a Galil and the helmet, considering that there's 3 M4s to contend with on the opposition side. And it's not like any of the players from Intencity Pune5 are slouches at shooting. They're all very good shots. And again, one flashbang, is that all it takes to drive you back to your bomb site? I mean, literally one pop flash and they're as passive can be, turtled up to the high heavens. I mean, it's working out. I get it. Malhar haven't been able to figure out this turtle setup. The double turtle, pretty viable strat, made popular by none other than Cloud9, the major winning team at the majors on Inferno. But the way they play it, and it's not like this.
Definitely isn't. Caramel, though, finally missing a shot. He's going to fall back into the smoke. And back to, he's going to retreat to safety while the entire team of the entire terrorist side is being mowed down by Mavis. 3 frags for the man. He's finally traded, but Caramel comes out, gets the frag onto Shabby, while RSN picks up Poker F as well. And again, it's the hero play, winning the round for Intencity Pune5. But Malhar, they actually look clueless about how to defeat this this turtle setup. And well, when it works against a team, it sure works.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that meme, right? You prepared for physics on the day of your chemistry exam, and that's what Malhar's playstyle is looking like. I think they would have come to this, map with aggression in mind on the CT side, like expecting their opponents to actually fight for map control. But every time someone's peeked on the back of a pop flash, they've just found nothing but air. Because guess what? Intencity Pune5 are having none of that. They're like, all right, you take your map control. We'll be chilling at the bomb sites where we know you have to commit to at one point or another. And we're just going to set up our crossfires and mow you down when you do. And Malhar, they're just like, what is happening? Like, I think they need to resort to the tried and tested big style of playing Inferno. That is hard executes with 3 smokes, 3 Molotovs. Because in mid-round, there's been there's no contest anywhere on the map. There's no map control whatsoever, so they should hold on to the utility and just do a hard execute either on the A or the B bomb side.
Yep, that is one way to go about it. But another way to go about it is, why don't you just rush B? And it does look like Malhar wants to do that, but they're going to walk into 2 Molotovs now. And the rotation is slow coming in from Intencity Pune5. They're finally moving now, and the smokes are going to come in by Malhar. There's a gap in that as well, but Reaper, he's going to get taken down. And there you go, the trade frags at the B-bomb side. This is why the turtle setup doesn't work, because you can be overwhelmed by a streaming line of terrorists. It is a 3v3 retake though now because of the missed smoke at the CD spawn. Caramel had the angle through the smoke. Brings it down to a 3v3. Pokerev, he's going to get smoked out in turn now at the banana. And I do like this setup though. But unfortunately, Blackhawk is going to peek out. I have no idea why he needed to do that. But Antidote with 2 frags of his own. Caramel has replied with 2 of his own as well. And he's going to Antidote. He's going to peek out. He's going to win the 1v1 clutch against Caramel. And the double dark setup, right? It works out.
It does indeed, and I mean it's one of the oldest tricks in the book, the ye old bait and switch. When it works wonders. And Malhar somehow managing to pick up 1 round on their T side. Hopefully this is the turning point, but yet again Antidote foregoing the head armor in favor of utility. I question these decisions. I mean, you can easily not have a flashbang and pick up. Wait, he has $5,500. Doesn't matter. Caramel, rest in pieces. Rest in pieces.
I think he doesn't want to spend a full $1,000 on the Kevlar and helmet, because he obviously took a little bit of damage. No, if you've taken a little bit of damage, it charges you the full amount, my friend.
No,
but
I know.
Proud,
But he has 100. He had 100 armor.
Well, does he? Yeah, he does. All right, then it's just an oversight. But anyway, Proud has picked up 2 frags off the back of the first kill, which went to Antidote. And he's finally been taken down by Proud by Never Give Up rather as well. But the A bomb site is completely clear, and Poker F has managed to hold Never Give Up at the Reaper. In fact, what is with B today? At the B bomb site as well. It does look like Intencity Pune5 has bowed out of this round as well, though. They do want to go in for the save because their money is in complete shambles after
What money?
Yeah, I mean, they had 4 players alive in round number 20, but it doesn't matter. 1 round for Malhar, and the money is absolutely gone. And Pokerev not spotting out Reaper at the fountain position. That is a very annoying position, by the way. It is really, really hard to spot without X-ray. And he is going to just hightail it out there. He doesn't want to lose his AK because he knows that the money on Malhar isn't that great either. So why not just let Intencity Pune5 hold on to the 2 rifles? It's not like the other 3 players can buy anything. And it is going to be 12 to 10 in the favor of Malhar. They have picked up 2 rounds on the trot now. And honestly, if I was Malhar, I would just keep rushing B. It just works.
Yeah, their B looks rather, well, vulnerable to fast plays. And the fact that they rely so heavily on their turtle setups and, you know, rotations to be on point and on time, it can be a cause for major concern. Because they're never contesting banana the way it's supposed to be. They're not fighting for any map control anywhere on the map. And Malhar, I mean, I think they may have figured out the weakness and they should go to them, considering that there's just 2 rifles to contend with on Intencity Pune5. They should just isolate where the rifles are playing from and just, you know, overwhelm the other bomb site. But, I mean, Malhar also, their CT side is not like it's been a perfect show whatsoever. They've made some glaring mistakes as well. It's only when Antidote, I think he picked up the AWP in the previous round, is when they started making some headway. Obviously that, you know, YOLO Rush B play with the pistols working out in their favor, but I mean, both teams need to put in a lot of work on their respective sides that they're playing on right now.
And here's another thing I don't like by Intencity Pune5. 1 rifle at each bomb site. Why not take the chance and play them together? Maybe they can achieve something. But Proud, he's going to get the first frag onto Caramel. He's going to get another onto Mavis as well, while Poker picks up Reaper, which was one of the guns at the B bomb site. But never give up. The other AK, the other save gun, is going to put in some work. He's going to get 2 frags. And that's going to force Malhar towards the B bomb site, where RSN has tried to recover the gun, but he is a little tentative.
And a little trapped. But I think the bomb should be going down any second now. And RSN and Never Give Up. I mean, I love his name, Never Give Up. And he channels it to the best of his ability. Man does not know when to quit. But there is a time and a place to retreat. I mean, you may win the battle, but you may let your opponent win the battle. But your goal is on winning the war. And right now, the best call, in my opinion, would be just save this AK-47. But doesn't look like that's going to happen. And Never Give Up. Now he's in a position where he's literally trapped from all 3 sides, and Poker F and Blackhawk. They're just going to double team, gank him, and, well, put him 6 feet under.
Yep. Imagine if Reaper with the M4 was towards middle, by the way, that round. They could have picked up a 3rd frag there because they could have peeked out together, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of this hedging your bets when there are 2 rifles saved. I say go all in or go home. Put them all on all on one bomb site. Give yourself the best possible chance of coming out on top if that bomb site is hit. And if it's not, well, what's the problem? Just save it, right? It's a win-win in that case.
Exactly, but now the buy does come in from Intencity Pune5, but their utility is really, really sparse. Just 2 smokes and 1 Molotov and a couple of flashbangs left on them now. And Malhar, they know this. They're going to slow play it. They're going to make sure that Intencity Pune5 uses all of their arsenal before Malhar hits the bomb site. And they have the map control as well. But this time, Intencity Pune5 have 3 players towards the B bomb site. But unfortunately for them, it does look like Malhar wants to commit towards the A bomb site. And this is what happens when you have absolutely no map control.
They have no information, and this is going to be like, it'll take heroics from Caramel and Mavis on the A bomb site to make this hold work in their favor, because the rotations are just happening right now. And Caramel, he's going to get taken out without a single thought even in his direction. And I think the 3B defenders should just save it. Just save it, boys.
Shabby looking the wrong way, Never Give Up, trying really hard to take him down, but that's not going to happen yet. And now the call for the save has come in. 2 of his players already hightailing it, and now he's realized this as well. They need to live to fight another day because their money is pretty terrible, and they need to save these rifles going into the next round. But there you go, Malhar has finally picked up... they're going to pick up 4 rounds on the trot, by the way, and that's on the back of them realizing that Intencity Pune5, they have no map control, they have no information, so why don't we just group up and hit a bomb site? The trades are, if the trades favor you, and they should, as a terrorist, by the way, you're gonna whittle down the opposition, and then you're gonna force them to retake with the man disadvantage, right? So why not? Why not just do that? Bunch up and hit a bomb site together. And Intensity Pune 5 now are going to have 3 FAMASas on the board and just 2 rifles, which are the M4s. But they're going to have a lot better utility this round.
And see, the thing that Malhar is doing right now is that they've understood the fact that Intensity Pune 5 aren't interested in going for any aggro plays. So they're just going down what I like to call the too easy route. Bunch up, trade, what you pointed out. And they're coming out on top of the trade game. And there's nothing that Intensity Pune 5 can do about it at this point until and unless they change things up.
And it does look like they want to change things up. They do want to contest what is the Virtus Pro way of contesting Banana. And it does work out, in fact. Reaper does get the frag onto Poker F. And finally, the man advantage is in the favor for Intensity Pune 5. And the turtle setup may just work out this round on the back of that. But Malhar have apartments control. It does look like they want to execute onto the A bomb site where there are 3 members waiting for them. But, ooh, unfortunately for them, Caramel has timed out, but, ooh.
Wait, what? And
All
the
of
first kill has come in. This.
Oh, that's
unfortunate because according to rules, I mean, unless the admin deems it fit, the round will be played out.
Yep. Unfortunately, even when Reaper gets the first frag, it's not going to work out in their favor because that's how the rules work. And Reaper is just going to have to save now. He has no choice. He can argue. They might argue with the admin, but unfortunately, it would have been better if Reaper just acted like he hung there.
I mean, this was the one round where actually maybe the turtle setup would have actually come in handy because had no kills come in, the round would have definitely been replayed. But now the fact that Reaper's got that first kill onto Poker F, I mean, that's just the rule book's clear on this, right, Adi? You can't reset a round once damage has been dealt.
Yep, exactly. And I'm sure our admin will explain that to Intensity Pune 5 as soon as possible. And the match it has been paused while they sort out the mess. But unfortunately, that's a really, really bad way for Intensity Pune 5 to lose, map point. To
And
Malhar.
I know for a fact that the Malhar boys, right, they don't want to win on a technicality either. So it's not good for... It's not what either team wants, but rules are rules, unfortunately, and they're there for a reason. I mean, rules don't always account for all the edge cases like this one, that after the first kill, all 4 players, time out simultaneously. That is as edge case and as an edge case gets. So you can't really account for all outcomes when you're making the rule book. But, well, that's what it is. And now it's going to be a Hail Mary buy coming out from Intensity Pune 5. They have to go for it all. And Malhar, they're sitting pretty on 5 match and map points.
RSN, the only big gun on the CD side, has been taken down by Antidote already. Caramel's going to pick up the op, and he's going to get taken down immediately by Antidote, not giving him a chance. Antidote being really, really aggressive into middle this round, and he just wants to finish it off, but Proud will get taken down by Mavis. Mavis still has something to say about this. Poker F will pick up Reaper at the B-bomb side though, and that means the B-bomb side has completely been lost. Antidote is going to get the 3rd for his round as well. And excuse me. And that does mean that Never Give Up is going to be left in a 1v4 situation, and he's going to be found out by Antidote. But Antidote, he's going to miss the shot, but he's not going to miss the second one. 4 frags for the man to close out this game. Intensity Pune 5, a heartbreaking loss in the previous round, but it has been coming just because of the way they started this game, just because of the way they started their CD side on this game.
Yeah, I mean, it did take a little while for Antidote and his merry bunch to figure out Intensity Pune 5 on their CT side. But ever since that, it was just a clean slate throughout. Anyway, guys, that's all from our side. I hope you guys had fun. Do remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon on ESL India for regular, amazing, well, Counter-Strike, Clash Royale, and Dota 2 action. Over to you, Vagish and Mamba.
Okay then. Wow, we have a game footage. I don't think we are on. Okay, we are on the screen now. Wow, 16 to 10. The scoreline in favor of Team Malhar there. Mamba, what do you make of it?
It was quite a back and forth game, I'd say. I mean, okay, fine. The first half was pretty dominant from Malhar coming in, taking the first half at 10 to 5. But in the second half, the other team, Intencity Pune5, I forgot the name. How is this even? I literally just walked in from the PCR to the studio to the desk. Anyway, but Intencity Pune5 in the second half, getting the first 5 rounds and tying out the scoreline to 10-10. I still see that smirk on your face, but it's okay. I think I'm just lacking B12. But nonetheless, it was a really close matchup, and there were rounds which were literally on the edge. It just came down to those individual mistakes which I had mentioned before, and these guys have to fix this. They have the skill, they have the caliber. You could hear Fed when he was casting. He was so surprised by the fact the way Caramel was playing. His shots were nutty, like just so nutty, right? I mean, certain shots that you do not expect a normal player to hit, or even a pro player. Let's just talk about the best players in the country, right? He hit some really, really nutty shots today, and overall, as a team, I think they do have the potential. It's just the individual decisions and the mistakes that is contributing pretty much to the losses. But overall, I think it was a really good match. But Team Malhar as well, I mean, they also made certain mistakes. But overall, I think I'm really happy with the way the entire team performed today. Even though Proud and Antidote kept on switching the ops up, and Adi was actually quite confused at the fact that why did Proud get the scout in the second round in the first half. But Proud has always been the AWPer for GMD Gaming. When Antidote wasn't playing, when Antidote moved out, Proud was the AWPer. So I'm not really surprised at all. But overall, as a unit, they played better. Obviously, experience, outshining the inexperienced guys. 10 to 5, then again tying out to 10-10, and then winning all the 6 rounds in a row. So I think it was a really, really good match for the viewers.
Alrighty then. Well, that sums up today's game, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back again after this short commercial break with some Dota action. Don't forget, this is the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, brought to you by Omen by HP, HyperX, and Intel, and presented by Northern Gaming.